AITA for leaving my husband at the clinic and driving off? Hello. IF26 have been together with my husband Austin M35 for 3 years. He was married before me but divorced his ex-wife because she couldn't have kids. Ever since I became pregnant, he did a complete 180 degrees. He became obsessed by constantly watching my every move and breathing down my neck. He even hung photos of the sonogram. He also came up with a list of what I'm allowed and not allowed to do. Like not driving, not eating certain foods, not working, but I stood my ground and continued working. Also not wear high heels or watch certain shows or see family unless precautions were taken. It has been exhausting for me already, but he has made it 10x worse. Yesterday, he woke me up at 7 a.m. and said we had to go to the doctor. I asked why since I wasn't feeling sick, and he said he just had a hunch and I had to skip work and go with him to the appointment just to make sure because he felt something was wrong. I said no, but he went and called my boss and took the day off for me. I was just speechless but decided to just go to get it over with. We got there after he kept scolding me for things I did the night before that might be caused a problem, but literally there was no problem. The doctor told us that, but he asked her to check again and she did. He then asked her to check again, then again. I couldn't take it when he asked her again. I just got up, took my bag and walked out and left him arguing with the doc. I got into the car and went home immediately. He kept calling, then came home and started yelling at me for leaving in the middle of my examination, and then leaving him at the clinic. I blew up and told him I couldn't stand his obsession anymore and that his paranoia made me feel paranoid and is beginning to affect my social life, mental and physical health and my livelihood. He looked at me then said that I hurt him with what I said and that he was just trying to make sure the baby was fine and I was being aggressive and irresponsible towards him and the baby this entire time. He said I was acting like a neglectful mother when the baby isn't even here yet, then left and turned his phone off. This morning he's acting distant and is expecting some sort of a apology for what I did. AITA, am I overreacting? NTA, but you need to get out of there before the baby arrives. That's next level controlling behavior. I don't even know you and I'm scared for you and your kid. He's treating you like an incubator and will probably treat the kid like property as well. He's isolating you, interfering with your career and not even listening to doctors. If you stay, you'll soon enough be completely dependent on him and isolated from anyone who could help you get out. NTA. You are an incubator to this man, nothing more. Bloody run. NTA. Run. Just get away from him. He's not treating you like a partner, he's treating you like an incubator. This got worse as I read it. These aren't just red flags. These are like flares being shot in the sky. You are not overreacting, he's being controlling. He called you out of your job today. If you don't act, he may tell your boss you quit one day. NTA. Look. You are not in a safe or healthy situation. Are there relatives or friends you can stay with? You need to get away from this guy. Things are going to escalate very badly. This isn't a case of some poor guy being overanxious. This is a case of a man who is made of red flags and does not value people other than for what he wants to get out of them. That includes you. And his ex. His ex had no value because he couldn't get what he wanted from her. You have no value other than providing the thing he wants from you. So he's treating you like an appliance, not a person with needs in a career. That is going to get far worse from here. You need to get out. NTA. You need to see a lawyer ASAP. You're in danger. Your friends and family will probably be more available if you're leaving him. My guess is that they haven't made a point of visiting because visiting you means visiting him. 2. He sounds severely mentally ill. There's nothing normal about his behavior. Like other posters have said, please start documenting everything. NTA. He's incredibly controlling, and the fact he left his first wife because she couldn't have kids in. His obsession with the baby is weird, to say something. I think you need to be away from him. For your safety. NTA. Stressing out the person actually carrying the baby inside them is not making sure that baby is fine. I can't help wondering if there is something else, or something deeper going on with him. Might not even be conscious. Something just sounds a little off. In any case, the net result of his behavior is the exact opposite of what he seems to be aiming for. You better call your doc separately and get something in writing about how you want your birth to go, because you can bet he'll stand in the way of any pain intervention you might want. See if they can't keep him out of appointments from now on. Lie and say their COVID restrictions changed or something. I would worry too that he'll keep doing this to sabotage your job so you become a stay-at-home mom. The worst part for me is that she's a neglectful mother for not subjecting herself to exams and tests she doesn't need or want. This guy is a guilt-tripping lunatic and will manipulate you in every way he can to control you and his baby. If you don't feel ready to leave for good, then demand therapy for both of you to address his anxiety and control issues now. NTA. NTA. Red flags. Controlling. NTA. But I want you to go get a copy of your car keys made and stash them in a good hiding spot. It's only a matter of time before he tries to take them and hide them from you. NTA. This behavior could possibly go deeper than just a personality trait. I hope he seeks help. I've seen paranoia manifest into dangerous situations and loved ones being on the wrong side of it. He has obsessive thoughts and now he is beginning to compulsively act on them due to the paranoia. Please consult a doctor. OMG. Run. Run. Away from this psycho. He will make you and your child insane with his controlling, paranoid behavior. NTA. This is deeply, deeply worrying. You should be a partnership. Yet he is using your baby as an excuse to control you in a frankly insane number of ways. You are pregnant, not an invalid or unable to make your own decisions. There are foods you can't eat. But as an adult woman, that is down to you and your medical professional. There is no reason for you not to drive or work unless you feel uncomfortable doing so in late pregnancy. Same with high heels. You are an adult and are aware of how well you can balance. Then we get to the shows and family. What? The only reason I can see here is to control and isolate you. You need to talk to your boss and make it very clear that your husband does not and will not ever speak for you. The only reason for him to have to call would be if you were physically incapacitated, unconscious in hospital, for example. In any other circumstances, your husband does not have the right to call in for you, and you will expect any such calls to be disregarded. I would also strongly advise you to have an escape plan. From the comments, he said you could leave and let him raise baby alone. This says he doesn't care about you. You are an incubator and nothing more. I would advise making plans to extricate yourself from the controlling hellhole of a husband before baby is born. Put distance between you and make it clear that you will take custody to the courts and demonstrate how paranoid and mentally unfit to be a parent he is. Start documenting everything. Build a binder of everything unreasonable and controlling. This will be your proof to a court that you aren't neglectful. He's just batshit crazy. NTA. That's not an overreaction to someone who's overbearing and has no idea what boundaries are. Just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you lose your autonomy. Good job on telling him about his problematic behavior, even if it wasn't in the way you wish you did. I would suggest not apologizing but instead asking him for an apology for his behavior. NTA and tell him the stress he is causing is bad for the baby because it is. He is a grade A hole. NTA. The fact that he divorced his first wife because of her infertility is a huge red flag. I am sorry to say this, but it appears that he sees you as nothing more than an incubator for his offspring. Do you have family, close friends nearby to offer support? Does your employer have an employee assistance program? I worry that once the baby comes, things will go from bad to worse. NTA. Dude is just straight up out of his gourd. NTA. From what you write here, it sounds like your husband could do with some help with his mental health. NTA. But this guy was just looking for an incubator. He'll be horrible to you when the baby will be born and probably discard you if you don't match his insane standards. NTA. I wouldn't feel safe having a baby with that man.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.